Hello everyone, are you ready for another anime recap? Then subscribe right now to this Anime Plots YouTube channel and watch this full video. Did you subscribe? Okay, let's start the video.
Lloyd is a normal boy living in a small village called Conlon. His grandfather and older brother live with him. Their lives are fairly routine. All of that changes after a few years, when Lloyd travels to the Azumi Kingdom, where he will join a special army. When he arrives in Azumi, he is met by the East Side witch named Marie, who agrees to let him stay with her while he finishes his soldier entrance exams. She didn't like Lloyd at first and didn't think much of him until she saw him create a magical crystal. Alka, Marie's former master and the village chief, arrives and orders Marie to look after Lloyd because he appears to be quite powerful. Lloyd, on the other hand, has never considered himself to be anything other than ordinary. Lloyd comes across a young girl named Selin who is being attacked by an unknown monster. Lloyd easily defeats the monster, and his presence also lifts the curse that has plagued Selin since she was a child. As a result of this, Selin falls in love with Lloyd. When the exam day arrives, one of the military cadets detects Lloyd's power and perceives him as a threat. He is also envious when he sees Selin conversing with Lloyd. Marie reveals the truth behind Lloyd's strength in a shocking twist. His village, Conlon, is also near one of the country's scariest dungeons with the strongest monsters. Lloyd may be weak in his village, but to the rest of the world, he is one of the most powerful beings alive. The exam results are in, and for some inexplicable reason, Lloyd is not on the list of future candidates. Mirthaphon and Colin, army officers, do not understand as to why Lloyd failed the exam. Lloyd finds work in a local cafe because he is not currently a military cadet. The cafe is owned by Crone, a retired royal guard. The news that Princess Marie is still missing spreads throughout the country. Colin investigates why Lloyd failed the test, and it is then that she realizes he answered with mysterious runes. Selin is determined to get Lloyd into the academy, so she decides to track down Princess Maria and enroll Lloyd as a reward. Alka and Marie inquire about Lloyd's plans until the next exam. Crone discovers that Marie is also Princess Maria. Marie then explains that her father will most likely declare war at a summit in 3 days, but she has no idea who is controlling his actions, and Crone decides to assist. Crone investigates all of the assassins looking for Marie and eventually discovers who is behind the king's insanity. Mirthaphon is revealed to be the culprit, and when confronted by Crone, he confesses to all of his crimes. However, this is where things become complicated. When Selin, Riho, and Maria arrive, the king reveals that he is possessed by a demon lord named Abaddon, who has been controlling Mirthaphon all along. Marie tries to use a rune to stop her father, but he breaks her hand. Marie realizes that the people who have come on cannot intervene in mere mortal conflicts. Lloyd has the authority to defeat a demon lord. Meanwhile, Lloyd discovers Alan hiding from monsters and inspires him to fight and be a true soldier. Alka is furious because the monster has broken up her romantic moment with Lloyd. Riho and Selin fight Mirthaphon with the help of Crone. They can hold their own until Lloyd arrives. Lloyd defeats Mirthaphon with a single slap, ending the fight in less than a minute. Marie requested that Lloyd clean the dirt from the king. Lloyd does it, but he is unaware that he is using a cleansing rune with such powerful magic that it can cast out the demon Abaddon from the king. For a brief moment, the kingdom is saved, but Lloyd has no idea what is going on. The next morning, Shouma, Lloyd's brother, arrives in town but vanishes before anyone can see him. Mirthaphon is exiled to Conlon, and the king is restored to health. Marie made the decision to devote her entire life to witchcraft. Alan, who is grateful for Lloyd's assistance, agreed to his services payment. Alan also convinces Lloyd to become a full member of the academy. Marie and Lloyd travel to an unknown location, where he draws a holy sword from a stone. A special match between two rival academies is on the horizon. Sealing also teaches Lloyd healing magic. In the meantime, Marie meets with several students from the competing academy. In Mina, two sisters named Philo and Mina meet Lloyd, and because of his insane power, Philo attacks him. The day after that, Makona tries to compete with Lloyd and prove that she is superior, but Lloyd easily defeats her. Later, she goes to Maria to heal her because she enjoys spending time with her. The fight between the two academies begins with Riho and Roel. Lloyd discovered the holy sword as the prize. The tournament begins, and Philo faces off against Selin. However, their match is cut short when Philo violates the rules. The next match is between Lloyd and Mina, and despite using her strongest water magic, Lloyd easily wins. Riho and Roel use their best spells to fight each other, but Rico uses a special grade spell that causes Roel to pass out from fear. Roel is enraged to discover that the prize has already been claimed. Roel employs Philo to kidnap the owner of the magical sword. Philo commits a blunder and steals one of Alka's crystals. Lloyd rushes to look for Marie, fearful that something has happened to her. He confronts Philo, who orders them to fight until one of them dies. He suggests an arm wrestling match, which he then wins. For some reason, Philo decides she wants to marry Lloyd right now. Alan later accidentally saves Roland and is credited with saving the entire town. A mysterious wizard appears to have manipulated Roel's memories in order for him to obtain the sword. He aspires to be a dungeon and Conlon master. Selin and her father made their way to the hotel. Her father wants her to marry Thrayan's son, but Lloyd saves the day. While investigating, he and Selin go on a special date. Kikayu attempts to give Lloyd an antidote massage, but flees when Sealing arrives. Selin tries to get some alone time with Lloyd at the hot spring, but then Alka, Marie, Riho, Philo, and Mina appear. Meanwhile, when Kikayu meets with Minoki, Rhiannon's secretary, she reveals that she was secretly creating treants. Earlkane, the demon lord, took control of her. Lloyd and Earlkane have a fight, but it is short-lived. Lloyd successfully extracts Earlkane's demon seed, and Minoki returns to normal. Homa and Alka argue, and it is revealed that Shoma has been collaborating with her enemies to locate the Holy Sword. Selen's father allows her to continue her military career and to marry whoever she wants. Mycona meets Shoma and a strange priest named Father Su. In another scene, the king orders Lloyd and his companions to fight and defeat a monster snake in a difficult dungeon. Fathers who decide that he will be the one to fight the snake first. The gang is all together in the dungeon when they discover Mycona infected. She is infected with treants and attempts to fight Lloyd. When Lloyd is injured while protecting Selen and Philo, she gains the upper hand and wins the battle. Lloyd finds the strength to defeat her with the help of his friends. The giant snake awakens, revealing himself to be Ritra. Alki's powers are derived from an ancient being. Su appears and murders Ritra, but the snake's soul escapes the insolence belt made of its material. Su swears he'll open your Kunlun dungeon before teleporting away. As the dungeon begins to crumble, Alka teleports the entire party to safety. Alan is hailed as a hero once more for defeating the snake. Lloyd recalls that the name Su comes from old Kunlun legends and is associated with a fierce villain. Meanwhile, all depart for Conlon with the gang. Yug, a dwarf, has also joined them. The group is astounded to learn how much power the average Conlon villager possesses. Riho realizes that in Conlon dragons are not legendary monsters, but just annoying pests to get rid of. The girls all impress Lloyd's family, but Selen feels left out. Marie approaches Marthafon, who reveals that he received an unusual egg from a merchant, which is the egg that started all of the kingdom's problems to ensure that Alka retains her powers. The gang must resurrect Ritra's body. It is also revealed that Conlon's dungeons house numerous demon lords, and the villagers are the guardians in charge of keeping the world safe. The dungeons also house a mysterious force that, if unleashed, has the potential to change the entire world. The dungeons have begun to open as a result of Ritra's body being destroyed. The egg reveals that the holy sword Lloyd discovered can open the prison, and he also begins to bring Ritra back in the form of an egg. Alka's powers are temporarily lost as a result of the process. Yug is revealed to be a traitor the moment Alka's guard is removed. Her primary goal is to enter the dungeon. Yug returns everyone to Azmi and shuts down all portals. He also captures Lloyd and Conlon. After a while, Lloyd finds Alka and frees her. Alka teleports Lloyd back to Azmi using a special blaster. Su and the king argue about their joint nations taking over the entire world during the ceremonial match. Mathaphon and Soma fight, and Su reveals that he is an Alka creation. His mission was to save the world, but he couldn't die after completing the mission. He now wants Lloyd to kill him and leave him alone. Lloyd appears unexpectedly and accuses Yug of faking Ritra's resurrection. Marie realizes Lloyd has no idea what is going on, but she uses his folly to defeat Yug and her creatures. Selen steals Yug's egg, and Alka arrives fully powered. Yug is apprehended by Lloyd, and Alan is once again credited for Lloyd's heroic actions. Lloyd decides to stay and live with Maria and her friends, bringing the anime to an end.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.